In last week's video, we highlighted the top 5 most annoying things about our liveaboard catamaran. If you haven't watched that video, I recommend going back watching it first before coming back to this one. It will make so much more sense. Now, after publishing that video, we had some interesting comments. People saying that we didn't do enough research, we bought the wrong boat, or we don't know how to spec a boat or choose the options on a boat.
When you're buying a yacht, no matter how much research you do and no matter how many people you speak to, unless money is absolutely no object, there's no perfect boat out there and some compromises have to be made. In this video, we're going to talk about the boats that we considered for us, the compromises that we had to make, and the top 5 reasons why we chose the XS11 as the perfect catamaran for us. So Andrew and I have sailed the majority of our lives, but we've never owned a boat before ourselves. We found the process pretty daunting. It's such a large amount of money, and we wanted to make sure that we definitely got the right boat for us. We've sailed monohulls the majority of our lives, but for the first time, because we were moving out of our home and we were going to live full-time on a yacht, we decided that a catamaran was the right boat for us because of the practicalities of extra space and having 2 hulls. When we started researching cruising catamarans, we had 4 main buying criteria. Ideally no bigger than 38 feet, lots of living space as we'll be living and working aboard full time. Whilst we knew we weren't going to be buying a performance cat, we still wanted the boat to be as engaging as possible. And finally, we're going to have warranty issues, so the size of the dealer network and the quality of warranty support was really important.
And when it comes to size, in the category of sub 38 foot cruising catamarans, you don't actually have that many options. You have the XS11, you have the Aventura 37, and you have the Bali 3.8 Catsmart. And that's really all you've got to pick from. We also did consider the Fountaine Pajot Isla Forte or the Nautitech Forte Open. Both slightly bigger than what we wanted and potentially out of our budget. But the main reason we took them off our list was because of the cabin sizes. Especially the forward cabins, they felt really compromised in size and actually substantially smaller than that of the 38-foot XS11.
That brings us back to our original 3, which were the XS, the Bali and the Aventura. The Aventura has lower production numbers and a limited dealer network, so we decided to take this out of the running because we were unsure about the quality and the after-sales support. So that gave us our final 2, which were the Bali and the XS.
And that leads us nicely into our top 5 favourite things about the XS and the reasons we decided to buy it over the Bali.
First up is the outdoor space, which includes the coach roof, the netting at the front and the cockpit. A lot of catamarans have their helm stations incorporated into the coach roof, but because the XS has them at the rear, that gives us this huge space to be able to use, which we often come up here for yoga and Pilates, and it also gives us great access to the boom. On the lower deck, you've got the netting and the cockpit. Because we live in the Mediterranean, having a good space outdoors was so important for us. We spend so much time on the front and in the cockpit, socializing with friends, having our dinners and watching the sunset.
In at number 4 is the design of the boat. I mean, just look how unique it is. I love that XS took a bold approach to the design of this boat. From the grey hulls, the vinyls on the hull, to the bold orange colour scheme. This XS11 is instantly recognisable on the water and stands out from the sea of white catamarans from other manufacturers.
Coming in at number 3 are the rear helm stations. Now, I know this is a bit of a controversial one because in our last video, they came in the top annoyances because the visibility to the port bow. However, like we said earlier, everything comes with compromise. And the reason why these made it into our top 5 loves is because compared to the raised helm stations on the coach roof quite often in catamarans, you get a much better sailing experience here with the visibility of the sails, the feel of the wind and closeness to the water, giving us the sailing experience that we love.
In at number 2 is this Cat's sailing performance. Now, XS positioned this as the cruising catamaran for sailors. We can understand why. You have a rear helm position, which means the boom can be positioned as low as possible against the coach roof. And with a bigger sail area, you can achieve better top speeds, but also greater performance, especially in light winds. Now, yes, we only have one winch, but that was a small compromise we chose to make in return for a really fun and engaging sailing experience on the XS11. And in at number one, our most favourite feature about this liveaboard catamaran is the internal living space. Look how much space I have. Remember, this is a 38-foot catamaran. This is one of the smallest catamarans you can get in the liveaboard category, but yet I'm sitting on a super king-size bed. That is bigger than any bed I have at home. I have a dedicated office and workstation, and I have an ensuite that rivals not only other boats, but some city centre apartments. And it's exactly the same in our guest hull as well. In our guest hull, everybody has a double bed, and that is not only bigger than other boats in this category of 38 foot, but it rivals boats of 40 and 41 foot as well. It still blows my mind about how much space XS have been able to design into the hull of this boat. So did we make the right decision? Well, we're pretty confident we did. We really do love our XS11. But if money was no object, then we would hands down absolutely buy a gunboat. But unfortunately, it's not within our budget right now.
Yeah, definitely. If money was no object, then please let us know in the comments what your dream boat would be. And we're back to our usual style of sailing videos next week. So please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.